Greetings. Welcome to Tarot Time. Welcome to the Medium channel where we bring you the spirituality behind the message. And today we're going to do your reading for the coming week, your tarot reading. And we also have other divination cards and divination tools. And the readings may be for you personally or may connect with your immediate community or globally or all of the above. So if you're watching this as a video, I'm going to get started in just a minute or two. I like to give the live people a chance to get their notifications and to get on before we begin. So I'll say a few hellos, couple of cool things that are happening this week. See what's going on. Oh, there's an equinox. There's a new moon at 0 degrees Aries. Yeah, a lot going on. So let me just say a few quick hellos, which means the specs come on. And hi, Kimberly. Good morning. And if anybody's new and you want to say hi and where you're from, please feel free. One of the things that we do on these Sunday morning events is we kind of have a lot of community interaction through the live chat. So feel free to be part of that. So Kaylee or Kaylee, hi Kimberly and Howie D. Candles, MT, Judy, Yvonne, welcome. Michelle, welcome. MT, Susan, Chris, welcome. Janice, welcome. Doreen of the Children's School of Yoga, and Tien Taylor, and Jody, and Claire. And that's all who's commented so far. It takes a couple minutes for people to get their notifications. So what's going on? Well, tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Everything here is in Eastern time since I'm in New York, in upstate New York, in the beautiful Catskill Mountains, where it's about 20 degrees out. Thank goodness tomorrow's spring because it's still winter right now. And morning, Christine and Judy. He's on. I guess that's me. I'm on. I think I'm on. Okay, cool. All right. So tonight at 7 Eastern time, we're doing our mediumship readings. It's like, what are we doing tonight? Oh yes, for about an hour or so, I'll just deliver messages from the other side. If you're on, you may get messages from the other side. So I do that about 8 times a year on the Celtic Sabbats, the Spring Equinox, or Ishtar, or what's Ishtar? Esther. There's other names for the spring equinox. Anyway, that's happening tomorrow. And then the new moon at 0 degrees is the day after tomorrow. I guess that would be Tuesday, right? It's Sunday morning, so cut me a little slack here. Yes, the day after Monday is Tuesday. We've got that right. Okay, good. So that's a new moon at 0 degrees. Very important, very special, very powerful new moon, 0 degrees Aries. And I'll pin the video that I did on this new moon on Friday night. So we'll pin that on the comments when this becomes a video. And then Tuesday, we're going to do channeling with the master teachers. And they really, this morning, I was getting a lot of messages and a lot of downloads. And they're saying a lot of us have been on this journey through the dark, not just for the 6-month dark season. We come into the light season tomorrow, but for years and doing a lot of shadow work, and a lot of people are really starting to get results now. They're really starting to clear a lot of the stuff that's been stuck inside the chakra system, the physical body, the energetic body, that's been causing a lot of negative patterns and negative results in their lives. But a lot of you have been digging in, especially these last several months. So what they've been saying is that as we flip into the light, there's going to be new activation. So a lot of you guys, especially the ones that have been doing this work, either in this community with me or with other teachers, are really going to get a very significant downloads and significant elevation. And you're really going to start to pick up more your guides, your angels, the extraterrestrials, your extraterrestrial guides and helpers. So this is all shifting now. And so we're going to do very powerful, very special activation Tuesday at 7. That'll be live. If you catch it as a video later, it still has the same power. If you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about or who the master teachers are. Other names that they go by are the Council of Light. I've heard that also. And they're interdimensional beings that exist within our collective fields. And when I channel them, they activate my fields. And as I'm leading the meditation, that they'll activate your fields also. So people really feel these. And sometimes people have like gamma experiences, crown chakra openings, feeling energies through the body, feeling things unstuck, getting messages directly from them. So anyway, that's going to be Tuesday. So I think we're good to start. I think the live people are in now. So who else? Carissa, welcome. Sarah, welcome. And Suzette and Michelle, okay, and Angela. If I missed anybody, I apologize. So what we do is I start out with the meditation card for the week. So let's do that. I don't think I need my glasses on right now. We'll see. Beautiful, cold but beautiful morning. A little overcast, a little bit snowy. We're having our snow flurries and our March winds. So fortunately, because I live, in the Catskill Mountains, very antiquated grid system here. So every time the wind blows, I virtually lose power. So I'm like, thank you to the electricity gods for not making me have to rush down to my office in the last minute to do this event. Since my office is 40 minutes away, that wouldn't have been too convenient on a Sunday morning, right? All right. Hey, Michael. All right. So this is our meditation card for the week. I'll explain how I recommend to meditate with tarot cards. This could be also a message. So, there's a lot of multi-purposing of like doing, card spreads and stuff like that. All right. Okay, just clearing my mind a second so that spirit can guide my hand to the right card. And here we have it. Four of Pentacles. Cool. Four is Uranus ruled numerology. So that four tells us to think outside the box. So as I'm looking at this card, even though I'm looking at the reflection on my computer screen of the card, what I'm seeing is a lot of holding on. So I feel like this week's meditation is really about going within and just learning. Well, I shouldn't say learning because we know how to let go, but just allowing yourself to just let things go that have been hanging around like emotionally, psychologically, energetically. So as you step into the cards, this is the way to meditate with tarot cards. Like any other meditation, you get relaxed, you get into your breathing, get present. So there's no thinking, there's just being and observing, starting with the breath. And then now this is my deck's called the Morgan Greer deck that I'm reading with now. You can use this, take a mental snapshot of this card, or come back to the video when you're ready to meditate. Or if you have your own tarot card, use your deck. Find the Four of Pentacles and get a mental snapshot of that before you go into meditation. So a few minutes of breathing, relaxing, getting present, getting open, and then in your mind, step through this doorway into this whole panoramic view. So you're only seeing this figure, and it's almost like the figure's kind of blocking, right? And then there's this wall here, right? It's like a stone wall behind him. It's almost like we have to get through this figure, what we're holding on to, and the wall behind that, whatever reality that we've created through what we're holding on to, and then see what else is there. This may be one of your spirit guides, and being reminded of the wall of fear exercise that my martial arts teacher put me up to one time as I'm looking at this card. And he would say, how are you going to get past the wall of fear? Because fear, courage, and self-consciousness have been three of my huge issues through my lifetime. And of course he knew that. And then, this was way back when I was in my 30s, 3 decades ago. And so, in my mind, I'll climb over the wall or go around the wall. And I kept trying all this stuff. Nothing worked. I still had like this anxiety and fear sitting inside me, blah, 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 so forth and so on. So to make a long story, not as long. One day I just had the idea to punch holes in the walls. So in my mind, I kept punching holes in the walls. And, in the real world, that could be facing some of my fears, like things that are uncomfortable to me. I start doing it anyway, basically. So in my meditation, punching the wall, punching the wall. And so finally the whole wall crumbled and I walked on through. And if I hadn't done that, I would not be on YouTube right now because um, being what's the right word? Well, having almost like a full-on phobia of performing on camera was a big issue that I had to reprogram. So anyway, so that's the idea. That I feel like that's for at least some of you watching now or as a video. That's the what's the right word? That's the meaning for your meditation. I can't even think of the right word now. So again, going in and allowing your guides to help you to understand whatever it is that's kind of holding you back energetically, or what's hanging on from the past and things like that. So next, I want to do a 3-card spread with the tarot. This will be our reading for the week. And I want to peek at your comments too, just because we like the community interaction. So I think I think Christine was speaking in response to what I was saying about the wall of fear. I started doing that a few years ago. Plant right through the snow. Same with the spinach has been really. Oh, never mind. I think I'm missing a whole conversation here. Oh, happy birthday, Christine! And I know everybody. Oh, I see. Here's the. What anyone plan? Oh, that sounds like a beautiful ritual. 11:11. Oh, that was 3 minutes ago. All right. Anyhow, and MT saying giving messages at the Stump and Forest Temple was my fear, but I just this is at Lilydale, New York. They allow myself visiting mediums like myself to give messages at the services there, at the outdoor services. And all we need is a spiritualist church affiliate, and and obviously the ability to do mediumship. So yeah, that's a good one. But I've been doing that for 20 years, and the ironic thing is, it's like I could get up in front of 100 people. Of course, I'd be a little bit nervous, but once spirit starts to flow, it's like I'm not nervous. No inhibitions. Put a freaking camera in front of me. It's like, oh, deer in the headlight. And Spirit in 2019 said, get on YouTube. There's going to be a need to this. I said, have you seen me on camera? Why do you tell me to get on YouTube? So anyway, I did it, obviously, because I'm here. I did sleep programs. I did affirmation every day. It was part of my shadow work, and you can see, I'm getting better. I'm getting pretty good on camera. Not the finished product, but we're getting there. So anyway, 3-card spread. Yes, yes. Let's keep the energy flowing. All right, so for people that jumped on late, reminder that at 7:00 we're doing free mediumship messages here on the Medium channel. 7 Eastern time. So we have people coming from all over the world. So you have to think, what is Eastern time? And translate into your time. All right, clearing my mind. My motto: when I'm thinking, I'm not connecting, and when I'm connecting, I'm not thinking. So let me stop thinking so I can connect. I feel like my guides are laughing at me. Like somebody I think it was my dad actually, just popped in my right ear. Said, "You say that all the time." And by the way, my father was the king of repeating himself over and over and over again. I wonder where I got it from. Thanks, Dad. Okay, clearing my mind. Here we go. Okay, hold on a sec. Deep breath, Adam. Okay, I feel them. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Excuse me. Sure. I'm pretty sure I'm the only tarot reader on YouTube that uses a clipboard to show their cards. Why, why not be different, right? Well, I love all the aces. Aces are new beginnings, so you know. Okay, lots of breakthroughs, guys. This is a week of breakthroughs. I think in your own personal life, yeah, this is going to be a really meaningful um, equinox for a lot. And then I'm seeing Easter eggs in my mind. So, Easter follows the spring equinox. It's always going to be the first Sunday after the first full moon, after the equinox. And what was I going to say? Yeah, it's the only major lunar-based Christian holiday. So the pagan roots of Christianity show up in Easter. It's really the spring equinox. It's also obviously, celebrating the resurrection of Christ, but it's also kind of the resurrection of the sun god, also kind of reaching maturity, basically. So swords can be ideas, thoughts, energies, victory. Cups are emotions. And we have it's interesting. We have this beautiful energy. This could be about falling or rising in love. I never liked that expression, falling in love, rising in love. This could be a birth. This could be like a new idea, but it's like there's too much thinking around that. There's too much like second guessing, and these messages. It's not everything's gonna resonate with you. So take what resonates with you personally. But I think this gonna be connected to a lot of people. So I feel like through these cards, Spirit saying accept your good fortune, embrace it, create it, all this stuff. I feel like there's a few people here that have been either going back and forth in a romantic situation, or there's somebody out there that you really feel a connection with, but that person's been kind of ghosting you. That word ghosting comes up in a way, but it doesn't mean they don't have feelings. It just means that they need to figure things out for themselves before they move forward. So if you have a situation like this, either you're in a romantic relationship or a partnership, or there's somebody that you like, that you feel a connection with, but it hasn't happened, and you don't feel the person's that responsive. It's not you, I'm supposed to say. It's the other person needing to figure things out. We all have personal histories. A lot of people, or I think all of us, have been hurt in the past at some degree or another, but some more than others. And I feel like for others of you that are just almost feeling guilty in a way, try to never feel guilty or shameful. That brings the vibration way down about being interested in somebody else, because either you still feel a connection with your ex, or you haven't completely let go, or you're worried that the other person hasn't completely let go and you don't want to hurt their feelings. And if this sounds like you, my response to that is, look, don't you have to take care of yourself and your own needs, and you're not necessarily doing the other person a service if you're holding yourself back from moving on, because then it may not give the other person that chance to move on. And sometimes it causes heartache, and being compassionate people, that sometimes it's hard to handle, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the best thing for everybody. A lot of breakthrough energy. Now, it's interesting, these Four of Swords is a very contemplated. A lot of you need to get your rest. This is going to be a really charged week. So I think in the world around us, there's hopeful energy, but there's a lot of stress also going on. And often I dive into a few of the current events that are affecting us. I mean, there's a lot going on, but I'll This Thursday, actually, I have a video coming out. I filmed it last week. That's going to be my top 11 psychic predictions for the 2020s. So, through the master teachers were coming through, and then I transcribed, added a little bit of numerology, astrology, and my own take on things. And a lot of this stuff is coming up, but a lot of breakthroughs. Remember, aces are new beginnings. So, and the 0 degrees, Aries New Moon. Aries is the first sign. 0 is the void, spirit before manifestation. So this gives us great opportunity to step into the void or the quantum field or whatever word you want to use, that field of energy or information that created everything in the physical world. We can do that when we become present and vibrate through the heart frequency. We can step into these fields, and then we can start to manifest our reality through our thoughts, emotions, feelings, and our intentions in the fields that created everything, and then co-create our reality. You're doing that anyway, so you might as well learn how to do that consciously. Otherwise, it's just life becomes a set of repetitive patterns, different faces, different names, same energy, same things over and over and over again. And the idea is we want to break through. This ace wants us to break through like self-imposed limitations, wants us to break through the limitations that society imposes upon us, as the powers that be want to control us and everything so that they can maintain their power and everything. So the 4s like to step out of that energy. The number 4 is Uranus ruled. 4 likes to be more revolutionary. 4 likes to be more conscious. 4 likes to be in communities. But 4 is also about hard work because it's a square, it's a box. So it's thinking outside the box, but also following through. And again, a lot of you guys need rest. I understand that the way the energies are today, it's not easy to rest. Get shungite. I've been getting a lot of messages about shungite lately, and to have that around. This is what shungite looks like, by the way. I just ordered from Andy Paradiso, who's has the office next to me in Kingston, New York, who does he sells crystals and gems, and he's a jeweler. So I ordered a pendant, like a necklace or something I can wear, in front of my heart, around my neck, that has shungite, because there's a lot of, it just feels like the energies, it's getting more like we have 5G now, which is pretty intense EMF energies. I think it's like small bandwidth sci-fi Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, cell signals, the computers, all that stuff. So we're always around this EMF field, and shungite has a quality to disperse that, so it helps. There's other things that help also. Pyrite's very good for that as well. And if you guys know any other methods of protecting yourself from EMFs, definitely post it on the comments here. So that's basically it. Some of this new beginnings for you may be like a new job, a new career, a new beginning, but this is a week for new beginnings. This is a time, especially today, because the equinox hits tomorrow, the new moon hits Tuesday, and new moon, Aries, 0 degrees, all new beginnings, and I think it's still a super moon. I think it's the last super new moon of this cycle of super new moons. So very, very powerful energy. So do more meditation, think outside the box, gather some ideas, basically. But beautiful with the aces. I mean, this is just extraordinary. Let me just see what else, or what other messages before that. I feel like some of you are planning a trip now, but your partner and you may or a friend or whatever, family, may have different ideas or whatever. So I think, and the expression coming to terms. So anything that's been, with your family members, your partner or whoever, anything that's kind of been swept under the rug, that hasn't been talked about, communicate now. And I feel like there's somebody here, and again, you can translate the messages into your own life or whatever, but I just kind of feel like there's some people here that are really, having some issues in their relationship, but they're not really aware of it, like their partners, but they're not. So I feel like communication helps. I feel like they're saying, try to just practice presence in your day-to-day life, and practice being the observer, and stepping outside of yourself. Because if you can really do that, then you step out of your ego to some degree. Like our egos block us from seeing how other people see us. It's kind of it's connected with our survival instincts, basically. And but if we can step outside of ourselves, we're not our programming anymore. We're not our patterns anymore. We're observing our patterns from a higher vantage point. And sometimes, a lot of people don't want to do this because it's uncomfortable. They don't like what they see, and then they retreat back into their egoic frame of mind, where I can do no wrong. It's your fault. That's not me. I'm perfect, right? So so I think they're just saying, that as well. But the predominant of the aces is also about the self. It's the number one, and it's about leadership and being the captain of your own ship, so to speak. And this ace of hearts. Well, if this was playing cards, this would be hearts. This would be spades. But the ace of hearts, or the ace of cups, is making me feel like you really go into the heart. We talk pretty much every live stream about heart brain coherence. It's a very popular topic around here because I do it daily, and it's changing. It's changed my life. It's continuing to change my life. It's such an amazing practice, so amazing. And maybe since my last video, I touched on that. My last Thursday upload, I touched on that. I'll pin that video for you guys also, as well as what? What did I do? Oh, the new moon forecast. Yes, of course. All right, let me move on to well, I'll pull a Native American card also. I have other divination tools for you guys. And let me just take a peek. What are you guys saying here that I'm missing? I'm trying to feel the fear. Okay, very good. I love the angels too. I blindly inspired. Welcome. This looks like a good one. Mr. Floyd, I put the 4-leaf clovers I find in my phone case. I don't know. Private conversation. Well, all right. I guess I'm missing it. And trip in April to start my new year. Have a good time. Yes. I'm glad the angels are here. They're here also. Maybe they're the same angels. Put a feather in my phone case. I like feathers. Yeah, maybe we'll find some feathers. The Ace of Swords. Swords is air in tarot, and thank you, Mr. Floyd, because in this version, this looks like a heart to me, right behind the sword. Like this looks like a heart. Now, the sword in the crown, to me, that's always been symbolic of conception, the great rite, basically. Birth, rebirth, renewal, all that kind of stuff. We have such a cosmic opportunity for rebirth this week. Double down on your meditation, double down on your spiritual practices. That's my advice, guys. That's their advice. I'm just translating, the frequency messages into English that I'm getting. And this is all about meditation, all about healing and growth and healing. So the feather is messages from spirit. So if you're drawn to feathers, or you're finding feathers, just like angel numbers, like 333, 444, or triplicates, if you prefer that. All triplicates will add up to 3, 6, or 9, by the way. So that's part of the Tesla code. So messages from spirit. All right. It's funny because I've got Sundance on the bottom of the deck here. I think we pulled that one last week. In a way, Sundance is like a surrender, also like the 4 of Swords in a way. The Sundancers, they'll go into spirit in the Lakota ceremony of the sun dance. I believe it's a 4-day event where the dancers basically are hanging from the trees without food or water for 4 days after doing a sweat lodge, and and they're connecting to spirit. Like spirit can keep our bodies alive much longer than science believes. Like in other words, like if you ask us, somebody that's a doctor, like what would happen if I did a sweat lodge, hung from a tree for 4 days without food or water, they'd probably say you'd be dead, but they don't die. They may have a symbolic death and a rebirth, but they don't die. They transcend that limitation of the body, and they connect with great spirit. And through that, miracles happen. And you start to realize, you start to understand through your spiritual practices that miracles are available to all of us. All we all we need to do is transcend our humanness and own who we are as spirit and connect to great spirit, connect to source. And then every day a miracle happens. The physicality can be bent, like physical reality can be bent through intention, will, and energy. And we see that all the time. You're doing that all the time subconsciously anyway. So as you start to meditate, it's not increase. Meditation you don't gain anything. It's what you lose that matters. The self-consciousness, the connection to ego, the fears, the programming, all that stuff. And when you lose that, then you're left with spirit. And when you're left just with spirit, you know that you're a miracle. You know that your physical life is but a reflection of a much greater existence. And you know you can change things in the physical world, because the physical world is energy. It's not solid. So you know that with your mind, intention, and with your heart, you can change your physical reality. And some people are telekinetic. Some people can move things with their mind. So that's the beginning. But if you can change your whole reality, now the physical world is very dense. It's the highest level of density of all the different realities that coexist with the physical. And so it doesn't change overnight. Like if you died, say that you're dead. No, just kidding. But and you're in the spirit world, a thought and an intention will change your reality immediately. But in the physical world, it's much more dense. So it can take days, months, even years. But keep your focus on what you desire, and things are going to change. Things are going to happen. So let me pull it. Well, I think Sundance was the card I was supposed to use today, because that's a beautiful message. So I'm going to move on. Here, I have something, a deck called the Divine Abundance deck here. So let's pull a card from that also. Okay. All right. See, I'm just peeking your comments as I'm doing this. All right. So this will be a message from Spirit for us. Look at this. True offering. A little closer. Now, you may get a personal message. It's based on whatever image you're drawn to, or images that you're drawn to, or what you're seeing in between the images, or what you're sensing. But the words here, true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and return it to love. That's interesting. So that kind of ties in with things. So, offer with love, basically. And doing offerings to the earth is really nice. They've been telling me for a while, and since I guess the pandemic, when the lockdown started, I doubled down on my spiritual practices and shadow work. And they had me go out every day just to send energy into the earth and the water, just to be a transmitter of frequency through me into the earth. The more people that do this, the better. That's going to really help Mother Earth also. So anyways, I have my sacred geometry. Yes, I do have them somewhere. They're right here. Let's see what our sacred geometry cards message is for the day. All right. Well, it's interesting. I've been pulling this card personally a lot, also authority. So let me bring this closer. And, you can absorb the frequency of the sacred geometry just by gazing in the card and just breathing and relaxing. So the message for authority is the frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So, authority of self is part of that. And exerting your positive authority over your own life and your own situations rather than allowing others or circumstances to dictate it. I think that's part of it. So anyway, that's part of our message. So when we are creating our new beginnings and either rising in love or connecting with a soulmate, or it could be a best friend, it doesn't have to be romantic, or the dream job, or whatever, have that authority, have that confidence in self, and approach life with a sense, with an air of authority. And I'm finding that as I'm doing my work and my vibration is changing, I'm exuding more confidence and authority in my day-to-day life. People do respond differently. So what we put out dictates how people respond to us, and that goes a long way in dictating what we create in our lives. So how you hold yourself, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about your world is energy, it's frequency. People cannot help but to subconsciously pick up on it and treat you in kind. And that is huge in what you create in your life. We are, after all, a social species, and we rely on each other for our survival and for our well-being. All right. Enough of the authority spiel. What else do we have here? How about how about some animal totem messages also? Oh my goodness. I'm talking about authority, and you guys are talking about Madonna's bras. Okay. Never a dull moment around here. Yes. Mine is St. Patrick's Day. Oh, wait. Well, hi, Judy. I'm missing you. I was just trying to tie into a comment somebody's saying about St. Patrick's Day, and remember I did my St. Patrick's Day post, and somebody on Facebook, and somebody commented back about that there never were snakes in Ireland anyway, and it's really about driving out the pagans, not driving out the snakes. And I was talking about a proud heritage, and I'm like, all the more reason to send the Irish people love, right? If they lost that rich part of their rich heritage, which is their Celtic and Druid roots, send them more love, and understand that there really isn't a difference between the religions. It's all about love. It's all about God or goddess. Take your pick. It's just different ways of seeing it, and then different measures of control that happen. But the snakes can represent knowledge, wisdom, spirit. Can represent feminine power also. So it's interesting, So if you look a little bit beneath the surface, you find that there's actually some really rich spiritual meaning behind St. Patrick's Day and that whole legend and everything. So anyhow, what is our totem animal? Okay, here we go. Boar. I think we got the wild pigs before. Boars are pretty powerful animals, right? They're very intelligent, by the way. Beautiful Oh, and it's the same. Face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. So this really piggybacks on, this really piggybacks on, what's I going to say, on the other messages that we've been saying today. So it always is in alignment. It's just different ways of explaining the same things. Or talk about new beginnings, the wall of fear, about changing your frequency to change your life. Have courage, have faith, and you know, as I'm talking about this, I feel like Spirit's saying, a lot of people don't because they're afraid of criticism, or they're or whatever it is, um and the thing is, we just can't do that. It's a lot of that is just really our programming anyways, and stuff. So anyhow, I think I need to eat breakfast. So I'm gonna do my uh you know water would help. So let me do our angel message, and we'll move on. Again, third reminder for people that popped in late, 7 o'clock, we're doing messages from the other side. If you're on, you may get a message from one of your loved ones right here on the Medium channel, 7 o'clock Eastern time, in celebration of the Spring Equinox. All right, so tuning into the angelic frequencies. Oh, I found my card quickly. Astara, the star. This is reminding me to mention that a lot of you are going to be connecting with extraterrestrial beings. Sometimes they're spirit guides. Sometimes our spirit guides are extraterrestrial, and vice versa. They're all different aspects of consciousness. And I've been, a lot of these tall beings, the Arcturians have been around me a lot, and the Lyrans too. I think they're the Lyrans. They're the blue, and almost look aquatic to me. And the Pleiadians always, and there's these silver white beings that are very smooth skinned, that are also very large, that have been coming around. So, thank you. Yes, please hit the like button. Let's share this with many, 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 many people. Thank you, Angela. That's worth a post, right? Being that I, sorry, you guys are too fast for me. Okay, anyway. That's okay. Anyhow, so the message is, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Very, very in sync with the other messages. New beginnings with the aces, right? Aces are new beginnings. We got 2 in a row. If we got 3, I'd go out and maybe play poker somewhere if I got 3 aces, but we only got 2. And new beginnings, and it's the equinox, it's the new moon in Aries, new beginnings, 0 degrees. So know that you deserve the best. We need to reprogram. We can't just say, okay, I'm not going to feel trepidatious. I'm not going to feel guilty or shameful or fearful or whatever. These are programs. Programs hijack the emotions and what it and our responses to the environment and everything. So, emotions are about as hard to stop and control as speeding freight trains. So rather than even try to do this, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to be nervous. That just doesn't work. But what does work is reprogramming the subconscious and opening the heart, because hearts cannot be programmed. So when we open our heart center, and then we join our heart and our brain in coherence, and heart-brain coherence, then we have the heart being the generator, and the brain being the transmitter receiver. We have the generator working with the transmitter receiver to start to purge those old programs and introduce new positive programs. I am spirit. I am God. I am divine. I deserve the best. I am love, and I attract love. I am abundance, so I attract abundance in the form of money and prosperity. All the stuff, this is the time to really double down on that and know that you deserve the best. And I'm going to leave you guys with that message, with my love and gratitude for being here this morning. And I'm just going to Dude, talking about because we're still in St. Patrick's Day season. You see, I changed my back screen here in celebration, and she's saying I wanted to go to Ireland since a child. I want to go to Ireland too. And my father passed away when me and my sis were 11 and 12. He told me many stories about growing up in Ireland. Of course, lovers, thank you, thank you so much. And I remember, thank you, Sarah. And what was it, Elena or Lena? I'm not sure if you're Lena or Lina's alchemy mediums over here. No, it doesn't, my love. We are mediums. We bring messages forth. We don't smell our nails to find the deets. I obviously I've been missing out on your conversation. All right. And anyhow, lots of love and blessings. Thank you, everybody. Mediumship at 7 tonight. Channeling with the Master Teachers Tuesday at 7 here on the Medium channel. I love you. Bye. Happy